Hey guys, so it has been a long time since I filmed my last video and a lot has happened since then. So I'm gonna just pick up where I left off as if I didn't leave this big gap of 7 months between now and my last video. But to start off with good news, like I passed audit, which was the test that I've been struggling with the most throughout just taking the CPA exams, more so than FAR, surprisingly. And I actually work in the audit department of the company I work at, and so I was really surprised that I struggled with it as much as I did. And I mean, I only took 2 audit classes, but then again, I don't know. So I just expected to like do much better on audit just because I feel like I do better on conceptual questions, and I don't know what to say. It was just a lot trickier than I expected it to be. So if you're looking ahead on taking audit, just take your time. Don't rush through the material. Like, make sure you have a really solid understanding from the beginning, and that's probably the best piece of advice that I can give. Just yeah, like I rushed through it thinking, I was on a high after passing BEC, and I was just trying to get through the material as quickly as possible. And now that I look back, that was actually a mistake. So yeah, just to reiterate, just slow down when you're studying for audit and just have that really good solid foundation, and maybe just pace yourself. Like, just make sure you have a good understanding of really big topics before moving on, rather than just saying that you'll come back to it, because by then you'll have so much information in your brain. Like, I just feel like it'll be a lot harder to piece it all together by then. But I did end up taking audit 4 times, and it was really frustrating because the first time I got a 70, and then the next 2 times I got a 71. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I got a 71 twice, and then I got a 72. And then the fourth time that I took it, I got a 77. Yes, I got a 77. So I barely passed on my fourth try. And this is kind of controversial advice, possibly, but I started from scratch after my second attempt. So my third attempt studying for auditing, I started all over with the Becker material. So as in, like, I went and reread the entire book, and I did all of the questions from scratch, just acting like I'd never taken the test or like had looked at this material before. And the second time, I had tried to implement Ninja, which, if you don't know what that is, that's like a subscription where you pay like a pretty low cost month. It's like a month by month subscription. So I did that for a couple of months just to get exposure to different questions. And while I did really think that the Ninja questions were a lot more replicable to the ones that I felt like were more like the actual CPA exam questions that you'll see through like the AICPA sample questions, I don't know what happened, but like it just wasn't enough for me to get over the hump. And I knew that I think my weak spot is not knowing what my weak spots in the material are. So like I really struggled with being honest and like really evaluating where am I going wrong in my studies, where am I weak, what do I need to focus on. So that kind of kicked my butt when it came time to review, because I just didn't know what to focus on. Like, I could have been weak in everything. I don't know. Even looking back, I'm not really sure. But so basically, what really helped me pass my exam the fourth try, and what I think is controversial advice, is that I actually purchased an entirely different study program. Like, I didn't buy, so I tried Ninja, which is more of a supplement, but I actually purchased Surgent CPA review for my fourth attempt, and I cannot like begin to say how much I believe that purchasing Surgent helped me. And I'm not sponsored. Like, I literally have like I don't have like the ability to sponsor really. So so my point is, Surgent really helped me, and it is expensive. It's more expensive than Ninja, but it's not nearly as expensive as Becker because you can purchase individual sections. So I purchased the individual auditing review material, and there's even a discount code that they offer. I'm like, really, if you just Google, and I might even be able to put it in the description box, but you should be able to Google and look for a discount code. And I think the only caveat is that you have to have a receipt to show that you purchased like a certain dollar amount of a different study program, just to show that. I think this discount code is meant for people who had tried using a different program and it wasn't working for them, so kind of like my situation. And it wasn't even a lot. Like, I think, I don't want to put out a number because I'm not really sure, but it was less than $100. So that was really helpful. I forget how much it took off, but I paid around $300 for Surgent, like the auditing section only. And you have to take a pre-test, and it's a lot of, I don't know how many questions, but it's pretty in depth. But the purpose behind it is just to see, like, they use like an analytical like AI where they will evaluate for you where you're weak based on your responses to the like the pre-test questions. So it might seem like a waste of time and it might seem like a drag, but in the end, it is super helpful. And yeah, like they get pretty detailed in like where you are weak, and they do like color coding to show you. Like, I think red is like you're doing really bad, and yellow is like you need a little more practice, and green is basically like you're good. I could have explained that better, but it's been a while since I used Surgeon. But all I know is that I don't think I could have passed my exam without it. And they also have multiple choice and simulations. They don't really have skills practice, but I don't really think it's necessary. I think even at this point, Becker may have removed their skills practice. So again, like, really what you need to focus on are the multiple choice and the sims. I even didn't do 100% of the sims, but I did at least 75% of the multiple choice questions offered through Surgeon. And then their ready score feature is amazing. I think I had a ready score of like 85-ish, like hovering at around an 85, and they recommend you have at least an 80% to kind of, it's like a guarantee almost that you'll pass, but I think it's like 90% of people will pass with a ready score of 80%. But again, like, I don't want to botch the numbers here, but it's pretty high. Like, it's a pretty reliable number, and I mean it worked for me. And I had taken the test 3 times as well, so I know it seems like maybe, so I just want to separate, like, I don't think I passed because I took it 3 times, because like, I don't know, something with Becker just wasn't working, just with the way that I learn. So I don't think that this is something that everybody should do, but like, I came onto YouTube so that I could share like anything that might be helpful to anybody, especially people that are similar to me. I'm not gonna, like, I just want to make it clear, like, I'm not one of these people who like passes my exam on the first time. Like, obviously that's why I'm making this video. But I know there are some people who post, and like, I really envy these people, because like, this is where I want to be, but or where I wanted to be. But there are people who just put in like less than a month's worth of studying, and they score like in the 90s or the 80s, or just like some ridiculous score, like high scores. And that's just incredible. And I think I just get, personally, like, I get distracted more easily, and it's hard for me to just sit down and churn through things. So I don't know, like, I just think of it more as a marathon and not a sprint. But yeah, so I guess if you want to know more about my channel, just before I stop filming, basically my channel is more for people who work really hard and still may not get the results that they expected. And I just want to try and just like give any piece of advice that might help you not have to work as hard, not have to fail as much as I did to figure out what worked for me. Because I don't think Surgent is very popular, but I really can vouch for it. I use Becker because it was, and I'm not trying to speak poorly about Becker, because I really do think it's a gold standard for most people, and I just don't know why it didn't work for me. So if it's offered and paid for through your company, like, just, why not? Like, it's free if you, I guess it's free if you pass. I don't know if you have to pay it back if you don't end up passing. I don't really know. I'm not going to get into that right now. But if it's offered through your company, I would definitely do it, because it's at no cost to you. And yeah, like, just basically start from a ground level with what you have and what other people recommend, which most of the time is Becker. And then I just kind of like, I started, so when I failed auditing, I decided to purchase Ninja because it was only $15, and I thought to myself, well, if it's only $15 and I end up passing, like, that's such a good deal. But I didn't pass, so then I just didn't want to keep dishing out money. So I just decided to, take a leap of faith, basically, and purchase Surgent, and it worked for me. And like, I don't know if, like, not everyone's going to agree with this, obviously, but I just wanted to put it out there because it definitely worked for me. And I know I'm starting to ramble and I haven't filmed in a while, but even still, I'm still getting used to this idea of just like talking to a camera. But sorry this is getting long. If you have any questions, please just leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them, or maybe if I need to make a follow-up video. But I'd love to just make the rest of the videos to kind of recap what happened in the past, I don't even know, 7 months that I've been gone. So yeah, if you're interested, please subscribe, or just, keep up with my channel, and I'll go and do my best to put out the rest of those videos just to help in any way that I can. So thanks for watching. Bye.